Let me tell you a story. I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother kept a broom behind the kitchen door. Now, to some folks, that's just an old broom. Nothing special, but to her it was sacred. She used to say, "Baby, that broom don't just sweep dirt off the floor. It sweeps bad energy out the house." She didn't have a college degree. She didn't read no psychology books, but she knew how to clean her space. She knew the difference between a dirty floor and a heavy spirit. And that stuck with me, because today I look around and I see people tripping over things they can't even see. I see folks getting spiritually dusty, mentally cluttered, emotionally confused, but they ain't picking up no broom. They ain't clearing out the mess, because they don't even know it's there. You see, we live in a world now where witchcraft ain't in black robes. It's wearing blue light. It's wearing marketing tags and sleek designs and that limited time only banner that whispers, "Buy this and you'll feel worthy. Click here and you'll be loved." We don't even realize we're under a spell. You ever walk into a store just to grab milk and somehow walk out with 10 things you never needed? That ain't just marketing. That's manipulation. That's the art of distraction disguised as convenience. That's a modern day hex, and it don't look like witchcraft, but it moves like it. It shifts your will without your knowing. It gets you to act before you think. Now, don't get me wrong, everything ain't evil. A phone is just a phone. A TV is just a screen. A product is just a product. But the spirit behind it, the intention underneath it, that's where you gotta pay attention, because the enemy of your purpose don't show up with horns and fire. He shows up in comfort, in the easy thing, in the harmless thing that slowly, over time, replaces your discipline with dopamine. What was once a tool becomes a trap. What was once just a trend becomes your truth. What was once entertainment becomes your identity. That's the kind of witchcraft I'm talking about, not fantasy, influence. See, we've labeled common items as safe because they're everywhere. But let me tell you something. The most dangerous things are often the ones you see so often, you stop noticing them. You stop questioning them. You stop protecting your spirit around them. And that's how you lose control. Slowly, subtly, silently, just like that. So I remember my grandmother's broom and I ask myself today, what am I sweeping out of my mind? What needs clearing in my life? Because if I don't do it, nobody else will. Perception shapes reality, and if you don't shape your perception, somebody else will. They'll dress it up, sell it to you, deliver it in a shiny box with likes and followers, and before you know it, you've accepted something common as truth. And that, my friends, is how real spells are cast. Now hold on, I ain't here to scare you. I ain't up here to have you run home, throw out your candles, break your mirrors, and unplug your TV. That's not wisdom. That's fear wearing a church suit. And fear is just another kind of spell. It clouds your judgment, makes you reactive, not reflective. Makes you toss out the good with the bad, the truth with the trap. No, what I'm talking about is discernment. See, discernment don't make you paranoid. It makes you present. It makes you pause. It teaches you to ask the right questions before you give away your peace. There's a difference between being afraid of everything and being aware of what everything is doing to you. Just because it's trending doesn't mean it's true. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's clean. And just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's not casting shadows on their spirit. Let me paint it for you. You ever walk into a room where everybody's laughing, TV blaring, music bumping, memes flying left and right, and still feel empty? That's not because you're broken. That's because your soul can't be fooled by noise. Your spirit knows when something's off, even if your flesh don't want to admit it. You gotta learn to ask, is this thing feeding me or draining me? Is this connection making me sharper or softer? Is this show desensitizing me to the very things I used to pray God would protect me from? That's the kind of witchcraft I'm talking about. The kind that doesn't change what you do overnight, but changes what you tolerate, laugh at, scroll past, stay silent about. It's not always a curse, it's a quiet conditioning, a slow pull away from your convictions, a charm that looks like pleasure but costs you purpose. See, discernment will make you delete something not because it's evil, but because it's not for you. It'll make you walk out of a room not because you're judging, but because you're guarding. It'll have you listening to a conversation and realizing, wait a second, this ain't edifying, this is draining. Discernment don't need a sign. It don't wait for lightning. It just whispers, that's not yours. Step away. But the world don't teach that. The world teaches compliance. Tells you to stop asking so many questions. Tells you if it's popular, it must be good. If it's expensive, it must be right. If it feels good, it must be true. Let me tell you something I've learned. Every trap looks like a treat in the beginning. Every deception comes dressed in desire, and every spiritual attack starts with an invitation you didn't realize you accepted. So I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to be equipped. I want you to look at that screen, that store shelf, that conversation, and say, not in fear, but in focus, what spirit is attached to this? And is it walking in the same direction I am? Because the enemy don't care about scaring you. He's smarter than that. He'd rather keep you comfortable, keep you busy, keep you entertained while your destiny quietly collects dust in the corner. And before you know it, you've been living under a spell, smiling the whole time. So don't be scared, be sharp, don't panic. Discern, now this is where I leave you not with fear, but with fire, because once your eyes are open, once your spirit's awake, once your soul says, wait, I see this now, you can't unsee it. And that's power. That's real, unshakable, can't buy it. It's a store power. The kind of power they don't want you to know you already have. The trick doesn't work once you see the strings. The illusion breaks once you spot the mirror. The spell ends the moment you name it. You don't have to run from everything. You just gotta start standing in something. Standing in truth, in faith, in clarity, in who you are without the filters, without the noise, without the pressure to fit into what this world wants to mold you into. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The most powerful person in the room is not the loudest, not the richest, not the one with the most followers or fame. It's the one who knows who they are. It's the one who doesn't need approval to walk in alignment. It's the one who wakes up every day and says, I know why I'm here. I know what I won't compromise, and I know what I won't entertain just because the crowd does. That's a different level of living. You start moving different when you're not distracted. You start choosing differently when you realize your attention is not cheap, it's sacred. Your energy is not public property. It's a weapon and your soul. That's legacy. That's eternal. You don't gamble that over a trend, and the enemy knows this. That's why he ain't wasting time trying to destroy you outright. He's just trying to make you busy, keep you chasing shadows, keep you scrolling so much you stop dreaming, keep you performing so hard for the world that you forget who you were when the applause wasn't there. But I'm telling you tonight, the moment you say, I don't need their validation, the moment you say, I don't chase what distracts me, the moment you say, I know my name, I know my calling, and I'm not for sale, that's the moment the chains start falling off. That's when the spells start breaking. Because the truth is, you don't fight darkness with superstition. You don't defeat deception by burning sage and repeating mantras that have no root. You overcome it by standing in light. Real light. Consistent light. The kind that doesn't flicker when life gets hard. See, witchcraft can hide in a product, in a platform, in a playlist. But it can't survive in a person who's anchored. When you're grounded in truth, the lie can knock, but it won't enter. When you're full of purpose, temptation loses its shine. When you've tasted peace, chaos feels foreign. That's where I want you, not scared, not suspicious of everything, but sober, strong, spiritually awake. Because yes, you are more powerful than the things trying to pull you out of position. You were made for purpose. You were made to lead, not follow. You were made to shine, not scroll. You were made to break generational patterns, not repeat them because they're familiar. So don't wait for someone else to tell you who you are. Rise up. Take inventory of your life. Look around your room, your routine, your rituals. What's feeding you? What's fooling you? What's keeping you small? And when you spot something that looks common but feels off, don't panic. Just pivot, because the moment you stop giving power to distractions is the moment you start walking in your destiny. So here we are. We started with a question: witchcraft hides in these common items. And maybe you came in expecting smoke and symbols, dark rooms and ancient books. But what I hope you see now is that the real danger, it's not in the object, it's in the influence, it's in the pull so subtle, you forget you're being pulled at all. Witchcraft in this world doesn't need magic wands. It just needs your attention. It needs your silence. It needs you distracted, too tired to pray, too entertained to grow, too comfortable to confront what's costing you your calling. But you're not built for comfort. You're built for calling. You're built for clarity. You're built for power that doesn't depend on your phone's battery, your follower count, or the opinions of people who don't even know your story. So tonight, I challenge you, start seeing with new eyes. Start guarding your peace like it's treasure, because it is. Start walking like you know heaven is watching and hell is nervous. Don't be afraid of what's common. Just be awake to what's hidden in it. Because once you wake up, once you turn the lights on in your spirit, asterisk, asterisk, nothing, asterisk, asterisk, no spell, no trend, no pressure, no like and hold you. You are not for sale. You are not asleep. And you are not average. You are chosen. You are aware. And now, you are armed. Break the spell. Take back your mind and walk boldly in your purpose. Because the real magic, it's not what's hiding in the world around you. It's what's been waiting inside you all along. Thank you. God bless you.